Hi everyone, it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. Um, by now, of course, we've been through the first wave of written assignments, the Requiem paper and the first reaction paper. And I know I had some discussions with some of you individually about the reaction papers. People were asking about my criteria for grading and trying to better understand what it is I'm looking for, and I hope that I have answered your questions satisfactorily. If not, please let me know. What I want is for you to get as much as you can out of this course. This is not about me being able to grade you, although that's what I have to do. I want you to get as much as you can from the course. So if you think that there's more you can be doing or should be doing on these papers and it's not clear to you what that is, let me know. I'd be happy to keep talking with you about it. Doesn't mean everybody's happy with their grades. That's the nature of the beast with all of us as students. And of course today, which is the 20th, is that right? I think it is 20th. You've already submitted a second reaction paper, so I will get to those just as soon as I can. I haven't posted a video about succeeding chapters in Rethinking Substance Abuse because we've moved beyond the neurobiology into a realm where I'm sure that the text is self-explanatory to you. There's no translation, so to speak, that's needed, and we're getting into psychological and social factors regarding addiction. Much more familiar ground for a lot of you, I'm sure. If you do have questions, obviously you'll put those on the discussion board, and I'll be responding to those as they're starting to pile up since you've been back from spring break, and I hope you enjoyed your time off, by the way. The treatment interview or the paper on your visit to a treatment center or interview with a treatment provider is due in 2 weeks, and a few of you have asked for clarification or asked for approval, and everybody seems to be on track for that. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Again, that's due on April 2nd. And that will not go into assignments as a Word document attached in assignments like these reaction papers, but rather we're going to post them on the discussion board so that each of you can look at what the others have done and maybe get some new information about some treatment programs or some ideas about treatment from those interviews. I just got in the mail today something very interesting, a brochure from Hazelton. You may be familiar with Hazelton in Minnesota, a pioneer in the addiction field. Originally, it was pretty much just 12-step based, and it's become much more comprehensive and I don't want to say sophisticated, but much more oriented toward evidence-based treatment in past years. And they publish a lot of material for both clinicians and patients. Good information. Hazelton.com.org. I forget which it is. Might be on here. In any event, this brochure is about an app. There's an app for that, like with everything else. It is a recovery support and aftercare application for iPhones and iPads and iPods as well. 3 parts to it. The first is called the basics, the second is owning it, and the third is the new you. And it's essentially an application that allows one who has been through inpatient or residential treatment or maybe intensive outpatient treatment to then use their smart device, their iPhone or iPad, for aftercare, regardless of where they are. And there's daily guidance, sort of a 12-step model, 12 steps, inspiration, weekly sober challenges, tools for tracking personal progress, a community support system and meeting finder. People travel, of course, a lot, and being able to find a 12-step meeting wherever you are is helpful. And then relapse prevention aids. It wasn't too long ago in our program that we were hesitant to allow our clinicians to engage in video sessions with patients who were traveling or perhaps were homebound for some reason. So using Skype and video chat and the rest of that was a little worrisome to us. Maybe we're a little traditionalist at that point, but in the ensuing years, we've certainly moved much more in that direction, where it's almost unavoidable that different media and social networking tools are being used to maintain communication between clinicians and their clients and their patients. It allows for instant and ease of contact, certainly, and shouldn't necessarily be frowned upon. It's no substitute for face-to-face therapy. It's not intended to be that, but as an adjunct, as a solution for when someone is traveling and can't see another clinician, maybe in crisis, may want to make immediate contact, it's quite helpful. So I think as you begin your careers or continue your careers, many of you work in the field already, of course, you'll no doubt see much more of this. And I think it can be a good tool if used properly. But in the same way that some of you have offered your misgivings about the use of medication in treating addictions and argued that it can't be a substitute for face-to-face therapy, with which I agree absolutely. This kind of tool might also be troublesome to some of you, and I understand that. But keeping in mind that it could be used as an adjunct, as something to help the clinician and the client to maintain contact on an ongoing basis, it can be useful, if not valuable. All right, talk to you again soon.